He picked it up like it was something dirty. The little ceramic dog my daughter had made for him. Her tiny hand still stained with blue paint from its eyes. "Cheap, filthy junk," he said before throwing it. It hit her cheek and shattered on the floor. She didn't cry. She just stared, wide-eyed, more confused than hurt. Then came the laughter. My mother's sharp exhale, my father's smirk behind his glass of whiskey, and my brother standing there, smug as ever, untouchable in the middle of his own birthday party. I didn't say a word. I just walked over, picked up the pieces and told my daughter to grab her coat. He was my younger brother, the golden one, the favorite. The kind who could crash a car and get a new one the next day. The one they said had potential. While I got responsibility, I built the company. He played with the profits. When our parents retired, they handed him the front seat and told me I was better behind the scenes. I agreed. I always did. Power never scared me. Patience was my weapon. He thought I was his safety net. I financed his startup, co-signed his mortgage, leased him that BMW he loved to show off. I was a shadow holding him up, and he never once noticed the weight I carried for him. That night, driving home, my daughter was quiet. The sound of the shattered ceramics still echoed in my head. That was the moment something inside me snapped. I didn't yell. I didn't call him. I didn't ask for an apology. I just started to plan. It began with small, careful moves, paperwork, quiet and clean. His company was still tied to my accounts. I had rights. I just hadn't used them yet. Within a week, I froze the bridge loan I'd given him. 2 weeks later, I pulled my guarantee on his office lease. By the third, I cut off the credit line he'd been quietly draining. He didn't notice right away. He was too busy flaunting the car I owned, the company I built, the name I'd given him. Then one morning, he called. "Hey man, the bank says the funds didn't clear. Can you check?" I told him I'd look into it. I didn't. The unraveling started slow. His suppliers pulled out. His employees stopped getting paid. I watched as the image he built started cracking under its own weight. Then came the BMW. I didn't take it quietly. I sent someone to pick it up while he was out on a lunch date, right in front of his friends. I can picture his face when the tow truck hooked it up. That nervous laugh, pretending it was some mix-up. It wasn't. That evening, he showed up at my door. "Is this about that stupid toy? Jesus, you're really doing all this over that?" he said. I looked at him. Same arrogant grin. Same voice he'd used since we were kids. "No," I said calmly. "This isn't about a toy. This is about you finally seeing who you are without me," he scoffed. "You can't just cut me off," I smiled. I already did. The fallout came fast. The bank called his loans. Investors pulled out. His company collapsed within a month. My parents, for once, couldn't ignore it. My father tried to play peacemaker. My mother tried guilt. But I was already at peace with it. I didn't want revenge to feel sweet. I wanted it to feel quiet, finished. So I didn't brag. I didn't even show up at his bankruptcy hearing. I just stayed home with my daughter, helping her paint a new ceramic dog. This one was pink. She named it Brave. A few weeks later, he called again. His voice was smaller this time. "Look, I'm sorry, all right?" I didn't mean what I said. I was drunk. You know how I get. I let him talk. Let him think I was listening. Then I said softly, "Do you know what the hardest thing about growing up with you was?" He didn't answer. "It was realizing you never respected what you were given. Not love, not trust, not help, nothing. You destroy things because you've never had to earn them." Silence. Then he said, "I'll change." "No," I said. "You won't," and I hung up. It's been 6 months since then. He sold his house. My parents barely talk to me. The family whispers about how cold I've become. Maybe they're right. Maybe I did freeze. But sometimes cold is the only thing that keeps rot from spreading. Last week, I saw him at a gas station, driving an old Corolla. His eyes looked empty, his smile forced. He looked at me like a stranger. I nodded. He nodded back. No words, no anger, just distance. As I drove off, my daughter asked, "Is Uncle still mad?" I looked at her in the mirror. "No," I said. "He's just learning what things really cost." For the first time in a long time, I felt peace. Not because he fell, but because I finally stopped holding him up. Until everything disappeared, I whispered to myself, and I meant everything that was never real.